Imagine a business where customers keep paying you even when they actively stop using your service. They sign up with absolute excitement, show up for a few weeks, maybe post a few selfies, and then quietly disappear into the background. But their money? Their money keeps coming in every single month like clockwork. Sounds strange, right? Maybe even borderline unfair or entirely illegal. If a restaurant kept charging your credit card for meals you never ate, or a mechanic billed you for oil changes you never received, you would be furious. You'd probably call your bank, dispute the charge, or even call the police. But in this specific industry, it is a completely legal, widely accepted, and masterfully engineered business model that generates over $30 billion every single year globally. To understand the sheer genius and the slightly evil manipulation of this business, we have to start at the very beginning of the cycle. Usually, this begins around January 1st. When the clock strikes midnight on New Year's Eve, millions of people all across the globe make the exact same promise. This is the year I finally get in shape. This is the year everything changes. This isn't just a simple, passing decision. It is a massive psychological event. Behavioral scientists call this the fresh start effect. Human beings are naturally wired to use temporal landmarks, like a new year, a new month, or even just a Monday, to mentally separate their past failures from their future potential. When you watch those incredible transformation videos on YouTube, when you scroll through fitness influencers on Instagram, and when you go online to buy that brand new, expensive workout gear, a massive chemical reaction is happening in your brain. Your brain is releasing a powerful dopamine hit. Dopamine isn't actually the reward chemical. It's the anticipation chemical. It is the exact same neurological pathway that lights up when a gambler pulls the lever on a slot machine. When you swipe your card for that gym membership, your brain rewards you as if you've already achieved your dream physique. It gives you a profound sense of accomplishment and pride before you have even lifted a single weight, run a single mile, or stepped foot inside a facility. You feel good just by planning to be good. And the gyms know this. The entire onboarding process is designed to strike while the iron is extremely hot. It is a masterpiece of modern convenience, smooth, fast, and entirely frictionless. You don't have to talk to anyone, you don't have to wait in line, and you certainly don't have to read a thick contract. You simply open an app on your phone, swipe your credit card, sign a digital iPad agreement without reading the fine print, and boom, you're in. You are an official member. For the first few weeks, the momentum is intensely real. You show up, you sweat, you feel like you are beating the system. But the corporate executives sitting in the gym's headquarters aren't worried about you getting too fit, because they know human nature far better than we know ourselves. They have mountains of data predicting exactly what you're going to do next. Week 1 has full motivation. You are unstoppable. Week 2 is slightly less enthusiastic, your muscles are sore, but you push through. Week 3, the excuses start creeping in. I'm too tired from work, it's raining outside, I'll just go tomorrow instead. And by week 4, there is total silence. Your gym bag sits in the trunk of your car, gathering dust. Life gets genuinely busy. Work piles up, the weather gets gloomy, your energy drops, and slowly, almost invisibly, the visits completely stop. Industry data from global health and fitness associations shows an astonishing, almost unbelievable statistic. Roughly 67% of people with active gym memberships never actually use them. Let that sink in. More than half of the paying customers are absolute ghosts. But while the visits stop, the payments don't. And this is where the real business begins. Traditional businesses are built on providing a product to active consumers. Gyms, however, are built on the backs of inactive subscribers. They heavily rely on people who signed up with great intentions, but just never canceled. Let's look at the ultimate masterclass of this model, the high-volume, low-price gym. Think of industry giants like Planet Fitness. A standard location of one of these gyms might have 7,000 to 7,500 active members paying their monthly dues. But if you look at the physical square footage of the building, they have space, treadmills, and equipment for only about 300 to 400 people at a single time. If even 10% of their paying members decided to show up on the exact same Monday evening, the entire system would instantly collapse. The parking lot would overflow. There would be literal fistfights over the elliptical machines. The fire marshal would shut the building down for violating capacity laws, and the business model would implode. So, how do they prevent this apocalypse from happening? They intentionally overbook the space, much like airlines do with flights, but on a drastically more massive scale. If an airline overbooks by 5%, it's a national scandal. If a gym overbooks by 5,000%, it's a highly profitable Tuesday. To ensure the gym stays empty enough to function, they actively target casual users by creating what they call a judgment-free zone. But it's deeper than just being friendly. Have you ever noticed their branding? The bright, non-threatening purple and yellow colors. The lack of intimidating heavy mirrors in certain areas. They intentionally remove heavy free weights, squat racks, and Olympic benches to discourage serious, hardcore bodybuilders from joining. They even have an infamous lunk alarm, a literal loud siren that goes off if someone drops a weight too loudly or grunts while lifting. Why do they do this? Because serious bodybuilders actually show up every single day. They monopolize the equipment. They take long hot showers, they use up the chalk, and they put expensive wear and tear on the machines. Gyms don't want them. Instead, they want the person who will walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes while watching Netflix. Some of these gyms even go as far as hosting free pizza nights and bagel mornings, reinforcing a casual atmosphere that completely contradicts fitness, just to keep the unmotivated masses happy and, most importantly, paying. So, the ultimate question is, why don't people just cancel? If you aren't going, why let them keep your hard-earned money? It is not just laziness. It is highly weaponized behavioral economics. First, it starts with the sunk cost fallacy and price anchoring. By setting the price at a seemingly insignificant $10 or $20 a month, the charge sits perfectly in this sweet spot of apathy. It is cheap enough that it doesn't cause you immediate financial pain and therefore doesn't prompt urgent action. If the membership was $150 a month, you would cancel immediately the moment you stop going. But $10? You just ignore it. It's less than the price of fancy coffee. Second, they are fundamentally selling hope. People don't want to cancel because canceling feels like a psychological defeat. It feels like you are officially waving the white flag and giving up on your future better self. You tell yourself, if I cancel, I'm admitting I'm out of shape forever. I'll just keep it because I'm definitely going to start going again next Monday. You're not essentially paying $20 for access to physical gym equipment. You are paying $20 for the right to feel optimistic about next week. It is a tax you pay to your own guilty conscience. Third, and perhaps most deviously, is the Roach Motel design. In user experience and software design, a dark pattern is a user interface that has been carefully, maliciously crafted to trick users into doing things they didn't mean to do. The Roach Motel is a specific dark pattern that makes it incredibly easy to get into a situation, but almost impossible to get out. You can join the gym online in exactly 45 seconds while lying comfortably in your bed. But when you want to cancel, suddenly, the website has no cancellation button. The app redirects you to a broken error page. You're told you have to call during specific business hours, but the manager is magically never available. Let's say you finally build up the courage to call. You navigate a confusing automated menu and wait on hold for 20 minutes. When you get a human being, you aren't talking to a helpful customer service rep. You are talking to a highly trained retention specialist. Their entire job, complete with a psychological script, is to make you feel guilty, offer you a temporary pause, or give you a slight discount just to keep your card active on file. Or worse, you are forced to physically go into the gym, look a staff member in the eye, and explain why you're quitting, or you have to mail a physically notarized, certified letter to a corporate P.O. box in another state. This tiny bit of friction, this manufactured inconvenience, is all it takes to make you procrastinate and keep you paying for another 6 months. Furthermore, if the monthly subscription wasn't enough to drain your wallet, they have an entire minefield of hidden traps waiting for you. They hit you with annual maintenance fees, right around February, just when your motivation dips. They charge massive initiation fees, which serve a dual purpose. Not only do they make money up front, but they make you fear leaving. You think, if I cancel now and want to rejoin in the summer, I'll have to pay that $50 setup fee all over again. I might as well just keep paying the $10 a month. Add in the high-margin upsells, like locked-in personal training contracts, branded water bottles, and expensive protein shakes. And the ecosystem is perfectly designed to extract the maximum lifetime value out of you once they have your credit card on file. Now, here is the ultimate twist that brings this all together. If you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't have a gym membership, so I'm safe, you are dead wrong. Because this business model has escaped the gym. It has infected everything. It is now the absolute foundation of the modern global economy. This is the exact same blueprint driving the massive streaming wars. It is the meditation apps you downloaded during a stressful week 3 years ago. It is the premium photo editing software on your laptop, the cloud storage expanding every month, the monthly Razor Blade delivery boxes, and the premium food delivery services. They also use the free trial trap. They offer you 30 days for free, knowing full well that you will forget to cancel on day 29. By the time day 30 rolls around, your card is charged for an entire year. We are living in the era of subscription fatigue. The average consumer wildly underestimates their subscription spending. In recent financial surveys, when people are asked to guess how much they spend on subscriptions, they usually estimate around $80 a month. But when financial auditors actually look at their bank statements, the real number is routinely over $200, sometimes pushing $300 a month. These companies are quietly pinging your cards in the background, siphoning pennies from your account while you sleep, and collectively making hundreds of billions of dollars off human forgetfulness. The manipulation has become so extreme and so prevalent that the Federal Trade Commission in the United States has actually had to step in, proposing strict new click-to-cancel rules to force companies to make leaving just as easy as joining. So, the next time you look at your bank statement and see a small, seemingly harmless monthly charge, a $9.99 here, a $14.99 there, stop for a second. Look closely at it and ask yourself a very hard question. Am I actually using this product, or am I just paying for the idea of using it? Because these megacorporations don't just sell you a service or a piece of software. They sell hope. They sell motivation. They sell future promises of a better, easier, more entertaining life. And leveraging that fragile human hope is precisely what makes them the most powerful, unstoppable money-making machines in the entire world. In the next video, we're going to dive even deeper and break down another brilliant, almost invisible business model. One that makes billions of dollars by charging you microscopic fees that you happily ignore until they slowly add up to more money than the main product itself. Once you see the trick they are pulling on you, you will start noticing it absolutely everywhere, from your grocery store to your digital wallet. If you enjoyed this deep dive breakdown and want to uncover more behind-the-scenes business secrets that companies don't want you to know, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button to help the algorithm, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. I'll see you in the next one.